Okay, hello and welcome back. This video is going to be focusing on healing yourself. It's a huge subject and it's much more complicated than trying to heal anybody else, because when you're sending energy to someone for a specific purpose, it's very clear cut, you know, what's wrong with them. You might have some insights into, oh, they've hurt their foot, or, you know, they're grieving, or whatever it is. You have a clue about what's troubling them, and it's a much more simple route to send some loving, healing energy to that individual. Now, a lot of us, I think everybody, is struggling with things they want to heal and resolve about themselves. But where we have a problem is finding where that illness or discomfort originates, because there are a host of different sources for disease in people, and they're not all of the physical world. Many aren't helped by the physical world, and we will talk about that a bit. It may be that I'll have to elaborate on a lot of these things in other videos, but at the moment this is a broad brushstrokes video about giving you kind of some insights into potentially the factors that are affecting you. And I would say that most people have more than one factor that's affecting us, because humans and spirits and souls, you know, we're very resilient. We do self-heal readily, and if something gets to the point where it's showing up in the physical and it's persistent and it doesn't go away, then it points to deep roots. It's been forming for a while, years, possibly decades. So we need to get to the root of these things. I'm going to be referring to my notes here and there because it's quite a lot and I don't want to miss anything important. So let's see. I think I've missed that page there. I've muddled up my pages. Self-healing. Right. Okay. There's probably multiple causes of anything that's affecting you. Won't just be the physical world. It can be your mental body, your emotional body for sure, and your spiritual body. All of these can be manifesting in the physical. In the short term, you should focus on the symptoms that you're presenting with, but at a deeper level, you should also be looking for why these symptoms are coming through in your life. The physical body, just if it's a simple physical thing, it can be hugely affected by, things here on the earth plane, such as the food that you're eating, the water that you're drinking, if you're drinking alcohol or anything like that, smoking, your physical environment, if you're living in one of these smoggy towns, or you've got some kind of industrial stuff going on. You can even have your health affected by the noise pollution. Noisy neighbours, noisy dogs, factory noises can stress you out and create problems in your physical health. Pharmaceutical drugs are probably one of the leading causes of physical illness in humans. Synthetic medicine is toxic to the body, and although it might resolve some issues, it's likely that it's creating just as many, if not more. It's not natural. If you're going to have any kind of medicines, try and go for something that's natural in its origin. And better still, try and find some herbs and things like that. Try and treat it in other ways, or try and be on these synthetic drugs for as short a time as possible. They really mess you up, and they are the cause of many deaths, actually. Some of these stronger medications hasten your death. They're they're really bad, and we've all been conned in the last 100 years into thinking that medicines are, you know, safe, and they're not. So obviously recreational drugs, some of them, especially ones that are synthetic in origin, again, are really toxic, and other ones are just very potent for the human body, and not coming to you in their natural form. If it's made from a natural substance, you know, I don't think it's very good. I think you have to look to what's been available on the earth for thousands of years, and if it's been available in its current form for thousands of years, then it's relatively safe. Your body knows what it is and can handle it. If it's a modern invention and it's concentrated or been messed about with in some way, processed in some way, that, you know, potentially it's toxic to you, and so be very careful. The physical body is also hugely affected by EMFs from all of these electrical things. I don't know for sure, it's electrical magnetic frequencies, which you know, we have we're electric, and we have magnetic fields about us. We're made of energy, and so these fields that are coming off things, which can be measured by scientific equipment, affect our field. So if you have your mobile phone strapped, you know, to you, stuffed in your pocket or something, the area immediately around that, whatever organs are underneath that mobile phone, are getting irradiated with a foreign magnetic field, possible electrical sort of bursts of energy all the time that it's there. So, you know, that's really, over the longer term, that can cause real serious problems in these areas. So you can maybe look and get these shields for electrical devices, the little things that interrupt the electric shield. I don't know all about it, but I know that some people can get little stickers and things they put on devices, or coats that they put on them, or you can just do like I do. I don't wear my phone on my body. I have my phone as far away as I can tolerate it from myself, and I'm not constantly on it. I think that you have to be wary of that, and I think that there's a lot of problems developing silently for people because of the way they're using devices and phones, and this can be everything from, you know, your microwave, your televisions, everything that's electrical has its own little field, and you have to be careful about them. They will be affecting you, and all these new things. There's a lot of press recently about the 5G and the magnetic fields that are emanating out from these new telephone signal places, and how they can be very toxic. I know that I worked with a psychic medium and healer when I lived in Blackpool, and Blackpool has apparently got 4 massive electricity tower things around the city, and in Blackpool is one of the highest rates of all sorts of cancers and unexplained illnesses, and this lady, who's a very talented and natural spiritual healer, she said to me that it's the towers that were creating fields that were affecting the physical bodies and creating significant illnesses for people. So, you know, if you have a house that's next to some kind of big electrical tower or something, you know, that's not very good. I would consider moving. I don't know what you can do to protect yourself from things like that, but there are environmental causes like that that can genuinely just be affecting your physical body in a very straightforward way, that you should be aware of, and you should not rule those out. You should look for them. Things like mercury in your fillings. I wouldn't ever get another mercury filling. I think that they are a slow poison to the human body, and many people are battling things like fatigue, you know, and unexplained ailments that actually originate in the fillings in their teeth. So just to be aware of that if you have a choice, and if you're lucky enough you can afford not to have mercury fillings, then opt the other way. it's much safer to have a ceramic filling in your teeth than, you know, poisonous metal. Toxins, obviously, in our skincare, our cosmetics, our household products, even scented candles and things like that can all be emitting synthetic. Again, it's man-made. It's all the man-made stuff that is harming us, because our bodies were never designed to be in contact with this stuff, and the body doesn't know what to do with it, how to process it, and so frequently it will store it in your fat cells, it will store it in bits of your liver, and other organs get salted away, these heavy metals or whatever's coming out of things. Some of the things that are in makeup, you know, they've documented that, you know, in the 50s or whatever, people would be having lead, you know, in their mascara or whatever, and just awful things, carcinogens into your makeup and your skin creams and your perfumes, and women are putting hundreds if not thousands of foreign materials, you know, onto their skin, which is going straight through into your bloodstream and really screwing up your body. So what you have to really look at, and you don't have to do it overnight, I've been trying to do this for years and years and years, eliminating things, you know, from my life that I think actually are harmful. So just check out the labels on some stuff. For instance, the creams I'm using at the moment, I made of beeswax and olive oil and honey and, you know, things like that. They're made of cocoa powder, and these tints and stuff, they're super safe. If you could eat it, and it's safe to use. Other things you look at, they just got names you can't pronounce, and they're not safe to use. So look for natural, organic, look for maybe 5 or 6 ingredients in what you're using, or do what I do. I've made a lot of stuff that I use at home. It works beautiful, and it's inexpensive, and it's so much better for your body. In fact, some of it can be very healing if you've got honey and coconut oil and, you know, cocoa butter and all these different things. Actually, your body likes them. They can use a lot of what's in there. It's like vitamin C and things like that are in there can actually be used to empower your body rather than make you sicker. So have a look at that, and especially with household cleaners, just do your best. Just pay a wee bit more and get, you know, the least harmful products you can into your house. I would say save yourself a lot of money and don't use perfume. Just get yourself some high quality essential oils. Get therapeutic grade. They're pricey-ish, you know, but they are, you just need drops of them. The ones that call themselves scented oils and things, they're usually not very good. They're usually mixed highly with filler oils, and the filler oils tend to be very cheap oils, and they tend to go rancid after, you know, a number of months. And people keep these essential oils for years and years, and if you're applying them to your skin or mixing them into your bath or whatever, they are being absorbed, and rancid oil is a toxin to the body. So get pure 100% therapeutic grade essential oils. You can go for certain oils made from cheaper things, even lavender's fairly cheap, and you can be using tiny drops to scent your room, tiny drops mixed with good quality oils in small amounts to be used as skin creams and perfumes, or, you know, just dropped in. I drop things on my pillow and things like that to help me sleep. I'd be happy to do some videos about easy stuff you can do with essential oils, and talk more about that in the future. But if something's a big bottle of essential oil and it's £3.50, it's no good for you, okay? If it comes in a tiny wee bottle and you're paying £15 for it, yes, go for that one, okay? It may seem, you know, it goes against the grain. I'm Scottish and I don't like wasting money, but it is a false economy to buy something that's toxic to the body. It's just, I think we're all worth investing in ourselves. So air quality, that's another one. Something you just take for granted. The air you're breathing is good, but you know, sometimes you have to genuinely consider moving or having some kind of air purifiers or something, because especially in places like London, people are developing asthmatic conditions and other illnesses because they're just breathing in chemicals from the surroundings. So, and also things like quality of sleep can affect your physical body, and so many of those things I've just mentioned are well within your own control. You can make tweaks and adjustments to them and improve on them. Just very simply, maybe spending a wee bit more money, but you might be saving a lot of money. I mean, a commercial perfume from a branded thing would be, you know, it can be 50, 60, 70 pounds. Whereas if you're buying a little bottle of essential oil, you know, you can make up perfumes for pennies. Actually, once you've got it, it's just, so you can save money in the longer term while still helping your own health. So you work through that. You just kind of just be aware. You don't have to be throwing yourself at this, because it can be a bit overwhelming. You know, when I started out in this path and I started to learn about how much toxins are in our average life, it just feels a bit overwhelming, especially if you're on a budget and you don't have a lot of money and you can't afford fancy machines to be filtering your water and all the rest of it. Just do what you can. And even if you can put lovely intention into your water and things like that. You can ask for your food to be made as healthy as possible by the spirit world. Just say, just bless this food and make it as safe as possible for me to eat. You just do the best you can. I will go into some things in more detail in different videos. Now, one of the other major causes of physical illness is actually stuff that's going on in your mind. It's critical self-talk can make you physically ill. Definitely other people's comments and nasty things they say to you can, over time, if a lot of people tell you that they don't like you and there's something wrong with you, or, you know, they're highly critical of you about something, it will make you ill. It will make you depressed and it will make you ill. So things like worry, if you're constantly worrying and worrying and worrying, you will manifest physical symptoms because it's going to lower your vibration and it's going to make you sick. Stress, massive. We all struggle with stress in this busy world, and you really have to tackle it, because stress pushes up your blood pressure and it causes lots of strain in the body over time. It can exhaust you. Okay, criticism from other people, I can speak on that personal experience. If people are being critical of you non-stop, it will wear you down. It will erode your soul. It will make you physically very, very poorly, and you will become depressed and ill, and you will catch any kind of colds that are going about, anything that's going about. You will get it because your immune gets lowered by all this attack on you. It's just verbal attack, but it will make you ill. So look for it, and if you're finding it, do something about it. We're often our own worst critics. Sometimes people say things to us, or we will assume things. That's one of the classics. You're in a situation and you think, oh, that must be because they don't like me, or you assign some meaning to a person's actions which might not actually be so. You've assigned this meaning and you put it deep into your brain, and you feel shame and guilt about something, and actually it may have been something completely unconnected with you, and you've made that up. It's all in your mind, but it's going to make you ill. It's going to just affect you physically. It will lower your stamina and your strength, and also doing things like what you're watching on the news. You know, if you're seeing terribly depressing stuff on the news or nastiness going on, it does impact you. It will punch holes in your vibration. It will make you vulnerable to being ill. It will weaken you. When they do these You know, heard of these kinesiology tests where they are muscle testing people. People can say, oh, you're so beautiful, you know, or I really love you, and the muscle test them, and the muscle test very strong, and then they'll have some the audience will say, you know, we hate you, you're a horrible person, and the muscle test them and they're really weak. So when you're watching things in the news, oh, the world's a terrible place, or oh, the pound is crashing, you know, there's terrible stuff happening in the world, it weakens your energy, it makes you vulnerable, it can, over time, it will stress you out and make you sick. Be very careful what you're watching. If you're battling unexplained illness and depression and things, be aware of, everyone talks about the placebo effect. So if a doctor said to you, take this pill, it will make you well, it makes everybody well that takes it, you'll have no problems, you know, just give me a ring, let me know when you're well. You'll take the pill and that will have even if it's a sugar pill, it will make you well for many, many people because of the power of the mind and our belief system and our body's own natural ability to heal itself. But if somebody gives you a pill and says, this is poison, you know, this is going to really harm you, and you're forced to take that pill, again, even if it's a sugar pill, it could really harm you. It could make you very, very sick. And again, it's the power of the mind, and that's called a nocebo, and it's a negative suggestion to your mind. So your mind is very, very powerful in the effects that happen in the body. What you believe is so, you know, it's manifests into the physical. So be very careful, and this can be affected by things people are saying to you, you know, you're fat, you're stupid, you're this, you're that. You take it in and you make it, you believe it, and naturally if it's your belief, then that's how the physical will perform to the blueprints in your mind. So you can start in your mind changing the programming up there, and it can really affect your body for the positive when you're doing it consciously rather than, you know, subconsciously like we do. So if you find you notice yourself saying negative stuff, flip it and start saying some positive stuff. Also, we can have a very negative approach to our lives. We can feel like victims. We can be always moaning and stuff like that, and only seeing the bad. And there is little bits of bad in everybody's life because that's part of the soul's journey. But if you can flip it and you can look and see the good, because there's good everywhere you look. Even if you're looking at a tree or a bird or a child, you know, if you look for what's good, you know, look to people who are less fortunate than you, be grateful for your body, even if it's a little bit beat up and you know, needs a bit of tweaking. Value it. Be grateful for your mind. Be grateful for your eyes that can see things. Be grateful for your hands that can do stuff. Be grateful for whatever you've got, food in the cupboards, your pet. Try and look for what you can be thankful for in your life, and try and spend a bit of time every day focused on that. And when you find yourself dwelling on what you lack or what's wrong, turn that off. It doesn't help it in any way to dwell in it, but what it does do is it keeps it in your life. It anchors it there because of the energy you put into those thoughts. Anchor it, whereas if you put your thoughts and your energy to the good that's in your life, then that's what you're going to attract more of. That's a biggie. So try and be more aware of these things. Are you being negative or are you being positive? And look for what's positive. The emotional body, a lot of illness starts in the emotional, energetic field, you know, where hurts and pain and grief and unexpressed emotions, they get squished into little boxes, you know, areas in the field, and they cause blockages to how the spirit energy flows in and around our body, and we can accumulate these things. And as I speak personally, I'm sure I have a host of things mushed away into my different auric fields, and we need to get them out. We need to express them, we need to look at them, we need to shine the light of day on them, we need to free them up, we need to dust them down, and we need to own them and deal with them. And when you do that, a lot of ailments that are manifesting in your body, you know, like a sore back or pain in your shoulder or thing in your neck or headaches, all these type of persistent niggly things that can flare up, frequently the root cause of these things is some unexpressed emotion that's trapped in the body. Things like fear, anger, hate, grief, shame, guilt. These all lower your vibration, and when you're vibrating at a low place, a low level, you will attract things of a matching vibration, and these things will zoom into you, and it might be like a broken leg or a car crash or something breaks in the house, or the financial bill out the blue that's, you know, you just attract misfortune if you're vibrating at a low place. And a lot of times it can be expressed in a physical way, like a rash, or or catching illness after illness, or being exhausted, bone deep, weary, exhausted, can come from carrying the weight of emotions around with you. You need to dig them out, and you need to sort them out. And you have to free these things from you, stop carrying them about. Toxic people and toxic situations. So if you're in a job you hate, surrounded by people who are hostile to you or harmful to you in some way, if you're stressed out by your life in some way, you are in denial about what's good for you, and you're allowing circumstances and people to be around you who are eroding your health, and they all kind of bunch up in the emotional field of your body, and if neglected for long enough, if left to fester up there, they will burble out in physical symptoms, and sometimes very, very, very significant physical illnesses, autoimmune conditions, things like that, significant things that really impact you. And actually, if you could trace them back to where they came from and see that it was this thing that happened when you were a child that you never spoke about, or, you know, this relationship you had with a family member that was bad, you know, or, you know, somebody died and you never dealt with it, you weren't allowed to own those feelings or to cry, you know, and you just push it down, push it down, push it down, all the heart, all the grief, all the sadness, and it can't be left there. It has to emerge some way, and it can come through your body. So the root of a lot of illnesses is emotional pain, or emotions, strong emotions that have been mushed away into this field that you need to dig out. I think they call that shadow work, I'm not sure. Something like that. You have to look at the darker things in your life and deal with them and process them and own them. So no more pushing down things. When situations come along that you have strong feelings about, you're going to have to try your damnedest to feel those feelings, to name those feelings, to communicate those feelings to whoever it is that's causing them. You have to stop pushing down your feelings, because your feelings have a role to play in guiding you in your life. And you know, the reason sometimes we can stay in bad situations is that we've got used to pushing down our feelings, and ultimately it will make you very, very sick. So, you know, it's something we need to address and sort. Let your feelings out, cry, rage, talk, write, maybe do something creative, like painting or music or dance. You could do something where you're grounding away the energy, you're releasing it into the earth. Some people go and out in the middle of nowhere and have a big scream, and you just, in a way, you're releasing that energy that's making you sick. But you can also walk barefoot in the sand or on the grass, or you know, walk through the waves, you know, just be in nature, listening to the birds, and consciously having the intention to let go, you know, breathing and blowing out those emotions. You need to maybe look at a situation that's been in the past and you need to pull it out. You might want to journal on it, something like that. You might find yourself having a cry. I frequently, like Robert De Niro in that movie, I keep crying at adverts and silly little things I read, a little comment somebody will make, and I'm blubbing away, and I know that it's suppressed pain. Really, it's something's been triggered by a little line or someone else being sad or whatever it is, and I'll allow that to happen. I will let myself cry, and I will welcome it, because I'll think, that's a little bit out, that's another little bit gone, you know, that was, I'm now healthy enough that I can let it go. I'm able to cope with anything that I couldn't cope with before. So I'm releasing it bit by bit by bit, but it would probably be faster and better to actually go and consciously pull out a memory or a situation and, you know, open it up and feel that pain, have a cry or blow away or rage or scream and let it go. Really dig deep with all your emotions and get them out in a safe place when you can, as it will help your health. You might find if you can do that certain little niggling conditions will start to ease, or you'll have health improvements in your numbers for tests and things like that. And please, in a bigger picture, don't rule out making big changes to your life, like moving house, changing your job, or leaving your partner, because these big bits of your life have the most significant impact on you. And if in your heart you know that something's wrong, you know, and you feel a calling to live somewhere else or be with or without someone, then you have to follow that. You can't. That's one of the most significant causes of illness, is denying ourselves, you know, what we actually feel and know that we need in our life. You've got to be authentic. If you are authentic, if you're living your life authentic, then your body will fall into step. This is the path I'm on at the moment. I haven't been living my life authentic. I've been living to please other people. I've been putting my needs last after a long list of people, and as a result, you know, I've accrued a lot of little things that need fixing about myself, and I lost a lot of the joy in my life, and a lot of the passion and a lot of the purpose kind of went, you know, sacrificed at the altar of other people. So I'm definitely on this journey with you, and I am pursuing, you know, the route to health and happiness and fulfillment, and I am seeing progress. And one of the things is you have to be authentic and you have to be honest. You have to speak your truth and you have to follow your passion. Otherwise you will feel shut down, depressed, hopeless, even suicidal. Your spiritual light gets dimmed and dimmed and dimmed and dimmed the more you deny your own truth. So this can show up as midlife crisis in many people. That's actually not you. I think that's your spirit guide with these little calendar, you know, and you get to a certain point and you just think, hell no, you got to be elsewhere, meeting somebody else, and they will just really make you uncomfortable or really make you excited about something to the point where they will get action from you, and it can bring about very radical changes to your life, which are very, very good for you, so you should go for it. Right, spiritual body. Sometimes we make agreements in the spirit plane to develop certain ailments, either for ourselves or other people. If it's a spiritual root cause of what's affecting you, like you might be born, you might be destined to have eye trouble or go deaf or develop asthma or something that's come through from a past life experience or a genetic inheritance that you're trying to resolve. There's lots of sometimes we make a vow in a previous life to say that we'll be celibate or something like that, and it's still haunting us in this life. And or you feel you're breaking a vow in some way, or you say that you'll protect somebody to the day you die, but in this life you have a different relationship and you're allowing that person to treat you very badly and you're stuck and it's causing illness. So there can be spiritual root causes for physical illnesses, and the way you can tackle them is by obviously working on the spirit plane, but maybe saying things like cord cutting and like these oath breaking things where you say delete, clear and transmute this vow across all time, space and dimensions or something. Or you sort of voice, you say, I choose not to experience this anymore. I no longer wish to experience cancer in this life or something. You can go at it from you might have chosen to experience it. You might need to experience it for spiritual purpose, but you don't necessarily need to keep it. You may have been able to get the benefit of experiencing that, and it's like being born again at the end of it, and you may be able to release it. So we can look into that too. There's also a thing called the violet flame. I think it's Saint Germain, and you can release things to the violet flame to be transmuted and returned to the universe. So you can send stuff, energetic things, into the violet flame to be transmuted and returned to the cosmos, for that energy to be used again. It's all about intention and attention. That's the key to healing. You've got to have an intention to heal, and you've got to put your attention on the positive things and what you want to bring into your life, and what you have to take action. You can't just, it's really best if you take some form of action. So you need to be making changes and actually, going at it in a very focused way, and not being distracted. It can take it can take a while for things to filter through to the physical. You can be clearing stuff on the spiritual, the emotional, the mental. You can be resolving things, but it will still take a little while to filter into the physical body. So don't expect overnight results, although things like that are not unheard of. But keep at it, keep going for it, and you will ultimately turn it so that you start to see improvements. I feel improvements with the changes I've been able to introduce in my life, and I'm going to keep up with them. And I swear, as these videos progress, you will see me change physically, and it's going to be a wowzer. So take heed of what I'm saying. In spiritual terms, there's a 2-year cause and effect. So from the seed of an idea to the realization of that idea, it can take about 2 years. But you will see shifts all the way along. You will see progress. But the total conclusion of that idea, 2 years. Okay, so you've got to make a start. Don't overthink it. Do whatever you can in the short term. Just little things like, I'm going to drink more water, or I'm going to drink a better quality of water. You can say, I'm going to factor in a little me time or something like that, have baths, or just very small things will have a physical effect on you. Put a bit of Epsom salts in a foot bath, stick your feet in that once a week. You're going to get magnesium, and you're going to sleep better. It's going to draw out toxins. It's a little thing, but if you bring in enough of these little changes into your world, you will subtly shift, and it might be enough to tip the balance and free you for some things. eat more fruits and vegetables, more raw things, smoke a wee bit less, drink less. Find something in your life that makes you happy, that brings you joy, that makes you feel passionate. Switch up bits of your life, improve anything you can improve, do it. A bit at a time, tweak, okay? And you will find it will impact your health. That's the key to self-healing. Open your mind to the power that you have inbuilt into you, because the body's designed to heal itself. And ask yourself, you can say, is this food a high vibration or a low vibration? And then you can eat it, but you just need to be aware of what you're eating and what you're putting in. Is this behaviour a high vibration or a low vibration? Ultimately, you are filling two buckets. One is good for your health and one is bad for your health. And if you can at least become aware of when you're throwing a pebble in the bucket that's lowering your vibration and hindering your progress, you know, you will limit it over time. Just initially become conscious of it, and you'll see all the things you're doing or allowing, you know, or experiencing that are in fact contributing to making you ill and giving you these problems. And the more things you can put in that good bucket, you know, I'm going to eat an apple or a banana or buy some organic strawberries, or you know, just I'm going to drink this glass bottled spring water, you know, and I don't know, I'm going to buy this crystal, or I'm going to just sit in the garden and do nothing for 10 minutes, you know, or I'm going to listen to this classical music, or I'm going to bed half an hour early. And it's nothing, it's not rocket science here, it's very basic stuff, but it's cumulative. You need to do enough of them to make a difference to your health, and you need to stop ignoring all the things that you're allowing in your life that are impacting your health and your happiness. I think happy people, you know, genuinely real happy people tend to be healthy as well. So let's all aim for that one. That's what I think. Each action and choice you take is going to be a pebble in one of the buckets. So which bucket are you filling faster? Okay, and some of these topics I will expand on along the line in other videos, go into more depth about, you know, each small part of it, so that, you know, if you feel that that's the part that's affecting you, we can hone in on that and look at all the different ways you can improve that. But I think that's a good broad brushstroke first video on the subject, and I hope that you found something in there that speaks to you and that you can start with today. Okay, and we're on this journey together, and I'll keep you posted how I get on, and if I learn other stuff, I'll be recording that and putting it up there too. The best of luck to you. I'll stick a bit of healing intention into this video for you, and I send you all the blessings I can, and I hope that your health journey is a forward moving one, and that you're feeling better today and every day. Okay, so God bless, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care.